Breaking bad news regarding her husband's health, Shannon Bream makes an emotional and sincere announcement. In this moving moment, the cherished Fox News host speaks up about the challenging road ahead, serving as a powerful reminder of the resilience required to overcome challenges. If this is true, what does it imply for their future? Come and witness the moving tale of love, hardship, and optimism with us. Today, Shannon Bream is well recognized as a leading personality in the world of media and broadcasting. In addition to her roles as chief legal correspondent, host of the Live and the Bream podcast on Fox News Radio, and author of 4 books, 3 of which were bestsellers, she also hosts Fox News Sunday. The path she has taken is characterized by perseverance, devotion, and faith. The value of education was instilled in Bream by his parents from a young age. While Bream was still in elementary school, her mother instilled in her a love of reading and a need for knowledge. Later in life, Bream was faced with a decision: go to law school or medical school. Her father was a strict disciplinarian, as she points out. Bream opted for law school because he was more at home with words and numbers and less with violence and gore. The native of Tallahassee returned to her hometown to pursue law school after completing her bachelor degree in commerce at Liberty University in Virginia. Her goal was to become a lawyer and work in Florida. Bream says that she learned self-control and research techniques during her time at Florida State University Law. She gushes about how it enriched her intellect, thinking, and skills. After graduating from law school, Bream started her career as an attorney in Tampa, where she specialized in cases involving sexual harassment and racial discrimination. A need to change her approach seized her. According to Bream, practicing law has always felt like a nice profession. The career was solid. Even while I appreciated it, I didn't feel very enthusiastic about it. The world's current events and current affairs have always captivated Bream, who admits to being a bit of a news junkie. It was while Bream was an attorney that the idea to combine her legal work with journalism first occurred to her. Following her participation in beauty pageants, Shannon decided to pursue a career in journalism. In 1990, she was crowned Miss Virginia, and in 1991, she competed in Miss America. She owes much of her on-screen charisma and composure to the confidence she gained from these experiences. She sunk her teeth into the radio industry. Shannon learned every facet of news production during her weekend jobs at local stations. She went from one market to another, becoming more knowledgeable and establishing her credibility. Shannon became a journalist for the Supreme Court for Fox News Channel in 2007. Her talents as a journalist and an expert in the law were a wonderful match. She gained fame rapidly for breaking down incomprehensible legal concepts for her audience. Shannon debuted Fox News at Night in 2017, in addition to her duties as a reporter. Her role as a prominent late-night newscaster was solidified by the show. People of all political persuasions respected her for her level head and objective reporting. Writing is another area where Shannon has found professional success. Some of her best-selling books are Finding Happiness and The Women of the Bible Speak. Her paintings offer a window into her profound faith and unique outlook on the difficulties of life. Shannon never lost sight of being herself throughout her career. Her battles with insomnia and chronic eye pain are topics she discusses freely. Her openness allowed the audience to relate to her on a more intimate level. She became known for several things, one of which was her dedication to health and fitness. A lot of people ask Shannon about her fitness and health regimens. She was able to keep up her energy levels during her demanding broadcast schedule by following these routines. She won a slew of accolades for her reporting on key historical events. Whether it was a presidential election or a Supreme Court judgment, Shannon made the complicated clear. She exemplifies the pinnacle of journalism in her work. Shannon never wavered from her commitment to her family and faith. She found strength in her relationship with Sheldon, her husband. Her love tale is absolutely captivating and will leave you in awe. It was on the lively campus of Liberty University that Shannon and Sheldon first laid eyes on each other. Shannon was captivated by Sheldon's charismatic attitude when they first crossed paths at a study group. They were soulmates who wanted the same things out of life. Throughout their time at university, their friendship flourished. While Shannon was busy with law school, Sheldon was busy with business school. In the midst of late-night study sessions and discussions about future careers, they were there for one another. They had a solid basis for their relationship and their shared faith. In an exquisite ceremony that took place on December 30, 1995, the pair exchanged wedding vows. The couple is still very much going strong after being together for nearly 3 decades. Following their marriage, Shannon's career flourished at Fox News, while Sheldon carved out a niche for himself in corporate communications. They made their home in the nation's capital and enjoyed a happy and prosperous marriage while they worked toward their respective career objectives side by side. Shannon Bream's spouse, Sheldon Bream, is more than that. His career was based on a foundation of unwavering devotion and exceptional skill. His academic career began with an honors business degree from Liberty University. Sheldon entered the speaking and talent representation industries after finishing college. In order to facilitate the pairing of notable speakers with significant events, he established Bream Speaker Management, LLC. For his job, he is often required to operate behind the scenes at large business events and conferences. Sheldon worked for the Washington Speakers Bureau before starting his own company. There he collaborated with prominent politicians, business magnates, and journalists. He gained valuable insight into the speaking profession through his work. Sheldon worked for the Washington Speakers Bureau before starting his own company. There he collaborated with prominent politicians, business magnates, and journalists. He gained valuable insight into the speaking profession through his work. Carlisle, Pennsylvania was Sheldon's hometown before he became a successful businessman. He was raised in a tight-knit household that valued hard work and had strong moral principles. He credits these formative experiences with molding his personality and motivation. In the nation's capital. Inside his social group, Sheldon gained a reputation for his authentic character and knack for making connections. He was able to forge solid connections in both the political and corporate spheres. Numerous doors were opened for him as a result of his integrity and professionalism. Shannon's career is a testament to Sheldon's altruism. He was there for her every step of the way as she rose through the media ranks. During difficult times, their network of mutual support proved vital. Friends say that despite all his accomplishments, Sheldon remains humble. In order to let other people shine, he prefers to labor quietly in the background. Because of this trait, he excelled in his chosen profession. He bases his business strategy on making real relationships. Instead than focusing on transactional networking, Sheldon advocates for genuine partnerships. His career and personal lives are both shaped by this idea. Sports have always piqued Sheldon's curiosity. Even now, he keeps up his active lifestyle, having played sports while in college. Even after dealing with health issues, he still places a premium on physical fitness. For Sheldon, faith is everything. He and Shannon are devout Christians who make decisions based on their faith every day. Having this spiritual grounding helped them get through tough times. Sheldon brings nationally recognized speakers into contact with their audiences through his work. Communication and narrative are powerful tools, and he knows it. Speakers may make the most of their impression with his assistance. Sheldon has been married for decades, yet he has no children. I know, it sounds strange. In addition, the couple has not yet addressed the topic of having no children. Whatever the case may be, they appear to be quite satisfied with their lives. The Breams have a few of canine children. They brought Jasper into their family after adopting Miss Mocha, their previous dog. Biscuit Bream is the name of their second puppy that they got in 2022. After falling in love in college, the couple's lives were turned upside down in 2013 when Sheldon Bream received a devastating diagnosis. Fox News host Shannon Bream discussed the challenging period in her marriage following the diagnosis of a brain tumor. While writing to work for Fox Nation, Shannon said it was a total surprise. Because of the tumor's placement, the procedure was extremely difficult and dangerous. An unusual form of brain tumor was determined to be the mass by the medical team. Serious concerns regarding potential difficulties were aroused by its position near crucial regions in Sheldon's brain. Since Sheldon had always been so conscientious about his health, the diagnosis was a total shock. He had a long-term ear issue, similar to a ringing in the ear, but the anchor assured Fox Nation's Abby Horntick that he was a robust and healthy collegiate athlete. According to her, they attended to his ear infections and a host of other ailments. Finally, they decided to rule out one possible explanation. This is really unlikely. However, the results of the test indicated that a brain tumor was present. Something the size of a golf ball needs to be extracted. The early signs of illness were mild and subtle. On occasion, Sheldon would have headaches and have little trouble keeping his footing. The escalation of these apparently little issues rendered them intractable. As the symptoms worsened, doctors conducted extensive tests, which confirmed the presence of the tumor. The diagnosis came to 24-year-old Sheldon Bream. According to what Shannon recalled, it simply sent our entire world into disarray. Several experts and a battery of imaging tests were used to arrive at the diagnosis. With each appointment, Sheldon learned more about the tumor and his doctors became increasingly worried about how it would affect his life. In order to improve his prognosis, the medical staff collaborated to develop a comprehensive treatment plan. The time and effort spent preparing for surgery was physically and mentally draining. Sheldon was put through a battery of examinations and procedures before his surgery. For the sake of patient safety, the surgical team had to plan the procedure down to the last detail. They detailed the intricate procedure that would necessitate a number of hours spent in the operating room. In order to remove the tumor, Sheldon endured a 9-hour surgical procedure. Shannon and her family felt as though every second spent in the operating room seemed to stretch on forever. The tumor was benign, and it was removed without any complications. She recalled that the news was amazing. However, a consequence of the brain surgery's edema was the crushing of face nerves, which led to severe paralysis. Problems that arose after the operation added another layer of difficulty. In the beginning stages of his recovery, Sheldon had trouble moving around and speaking clearly. The medical staff kept a careful eye on him in case he showed symptoms of infection or any other problems. There were fresh challenges to face every day. If his face muscles were to begin to move again, the doctors had warned them that they would see it in his mouth first. Shannon expressed her enthusiasm without wanting to show her emotions. The couple was shown the love and light of Christ by the church during this dark time. As Shannon Bream noted, we would receive correspondence from individuals at churches we were completely unfamiliar with, whether through letters, notes, or phone calls. The people who heard your tale wanted you to know that you are in their thoughts and prayers. A strong indication that God will be with them through it was the overwhelming display of love and support. Knowing that there were people who were simply the body of Christ and that we would never meet was simply too much for a Christian to bear. Shannon said. It took perseverance and patience to get back on your feet. Sheldon collaborated with a number of experts, such as physical and speech therapists. While he was in recovery, even the most mundane activities became major accomplishments. His medical team kept monitoring his progress and making adjustments to his treatment plan accordingly. Despite his health problems, Sheldon showed incredible resilience. With poise and resolve, he met every obstacle. The key to his successful rehabilitation was his optimistic outlook. He managed to keep his mind on the road to recovery even on the worst of days. Their outlook on life and health was forever altered by the ordeal. It drove home the point that people should pay attention to their bodies and get checks often. I was reminded by the diagnosis that health problems can strike at any time. For those fighting comparable medical challenges, their narrative served as an inspiration. Without Shannon's encouragement, Sheldon's recovery would not have been possible. For the Bream family, the road through Sheldon's health battle was fraught with highs and lows emotionally. There were many late nights for Shannon as she juggled her busy job at Fox News with her visits to the hospital. There were euphoric moments when therapies seemed to be helping, and there were heartbreaking ones when they had to dig deep to overcome obstacles. Even though she was privately struggling with doubt, Shannon kept her professional demeanor on camera during particularly difficult times. She came clean about her habit of sobbing in the car on her way to and from work and healthcare appointments. Being a famous celebrity and a supporting spouse both weighed heavily on her emotions, and nobody could really relate. Shannon Bream exemplified unfaltering commitment by always being there for Sheldon amid his health crises. Even though she had a demanding job at Fox News, she made their home into a therapeutic sanctuary for them. To aid with Sheldon's recovery, Shannon would start each morning by making special meals. Shannon worked with doctors to make sure Sheldon got the best care possible during his worst days. For the duration of his treatment, she meticulously documented his symptoms and responses. The doctors were able to successfully modify their techniques thanks to this systematic approach. A command center for recovery was established in the bedroom of the couple. When Sheldon started experiencing severe headaches, Shannon put up blackout curtains to help him sleep. She made sure that their home was peaceful by enforcing stringent noise regulations. The little adjustments that Sheldon made had a big impact on his comfort level. As Shannon's support role expanded, she also became increasingly important in managing finances. While Sheldon was in the hospital, she took care of the household bills, insurance claims, and medical bills. Without worsening Sheldon's condition, her ability to organize helped them traverse the intricate healthcare system. In addition, Shannon ensured that Sheldon's privacy was maintained during this delicate period. The information that was shared with coworkers and the media was handled with great care by her. Because of this, Sheldon was able to concentrate on getting well without distractions or interference from others. Shannon was unfazed by the physically demanding nature of caring. To ensure Sheldon's safety when he was weak, she studied up on safe lifting practices. She collaborated with physical therapists to figure out how to help him exercise the most effectively. One of Shannon's greatest contributions was providing emotional support. Despite the uncertainty they were facing, she kept the environment positive. On bad days, she would console Sheldon by reading to him or just sitting quietly with him. Unbeknownst to them, the Breams had hidden stores of strength. They proved their resilience by finding joy in the midst of adversity. Despite the difficulties, Shannon says that these times strengthened their bond and gave her a new outlook on life. Unexpectedly, their relationship was changed by the experience of fighting a malignancy. Their emotional bond and marital strength were strengthened by Shannon's job as caretaker. They became more resilient and gained a fresh outlook on life as a result of their ordeal. They love being outside and doing things like swimming, hiking, and sailing with their dogs when they have free time. Biscuit, their white Labrador, and Oscar, their mini Berndoodle, are both active on social media. As a child, Shannon would cast her line over the bridge. Later, she progressed to deep-sea fishing, and now she enjoys fly fishing. Basically, it's catch and release, according to the 2019 tweet from the Fox News anchor. Sheldon can enjoy his pastime of archery even when it's raining or snowing. Shannon posted a photo of him in 2017 with a backdrop of skyscrapers, showing him lugging about his heavy archery equipment. She assured me that my country boy husband will find a way to practice archery hunting even in the big metropolis. An old Liberty classmate made the observation that Sheldon took archery more seriously than he gave it credit for, despite the fact that he and his friend had both taken the class for the easy A. Sports enthusiasts are probably gathered around the TV, rooting for their favorite teams like the Washington Nationals or the Calgary Flames, whenever the Breams are indoors. Resilience and healing are qualities that Sheldon Bream exemplifies today. With renewed vigor, Sheldon has returned to his professional life. Bream Speaker Management LLC, which he founded and now operates, is a thriving speaking bureau that successfully matches nationally recognized speakers with audiences. His personal journey of survival enriches his business acumen and allows him to empathize with motivational speakers who recount their own tales of success. Bream Speaker Management was established in April 2018 by Sheldon Bream. Arlington, Virginia is home to the company's headquarters. The organization claims to be able to put event organizers in touch with brilliant speakers who are authorities in their subjects. Speaker promotion and booking is another area where they collaborate with partner bureaus. According to the website's About Us section, Sheldon Bream's goal is to promote and represent honest speakers who enlighten and motivate their audiences. The first group of regular speakers to be promoted by Bream Speaker Management did not require much searching. Lawrence B. Jones, a Republican radio personality, his wife Shannon, and Fox News contributors Richard Fowler and Jason Chaffetz are also on the list. Also included is Vinnie Bowles, a retired Major General. While Sheldon tends to his expanding firm, Shannon keeps up her duties as Fox News Sunday anchor in Washington, D.C., and the couple leads an active lifestyle. Their connection has grown stronger, and they show it off on social media by attending public events together. The future is bright for the Breams, and they plan to make the most of it. They have discovered the significance of everyday joys and the value of minor successes. They have learned to trust one another and face uncertainty bravely via their experiences. Anyone struggling through life might learn valuable lessons from Shannon and Sheldon Bream's story. Love can triumph over the most insurmountable medical obstacles, as their story demonstrates. The couple's story exemplifies the power of faith and resolve to accomplish the seemingly impossible.